Oh. It's getting a real professional setup here today. High tech. Coming from the rolling tray. The rolling tray. It is literally coming from the rolling tray. Y'all don't believe me and shit. It's rolling tray. What's up, fam? Saturday. And good morning. This motherfucker saying good morning. They don't realize I've been here all night. They think I just got here early. Some people just think I got here early. But I've been here all night. It's a big ass rolling tray. And, you can see the other parts of it. There's leaves, there's like leaves on it and shit. There's literally a cannabis. There's other types of leaves, but there's literally a cannabis leaf on this motherfucker. It's some sweet shit. It's not just, a weed tray. It's actually a food tray, but one of the leaves on here is a cannabis leaf. It's maple leaves. It's like oak tree leaves, all types of leaves. Might even be a fig leaf. I don't even know what a fig leaf really is, but can you hear me okay? Am I clear? I just want to make sure I'm clear because I'm literally doing this same device I normally do it on, but I'm sitting on the couch. I'm not sitting at the desk. I don't have the microphone. See the mic screen in front of me and shit. You get to see all this ugly early in the morning. I cover up some of the early when I be like, on the computer. So y'all only really got to see like 2/3 of the ugly. But, right now you're getting 100%. And I appreciate that. So are we still on for tomorrow night, Kimi? You and Rochelle? We're going to get together and talk about it on a Zoom beforehand so we know what we're doing. We got to get that together. Anonymous Facebook user who I know is not really anonymous. That is the one and only Queen Cosetta. Cousin Gail. She said, I sound good. I appreciate you, Cousin Gail. I didn't even know you be checking in. You trolling me? You don't never say nothing in the chat. Gail, it's Saturday. You know what the fuck it is. It's Saturday. You know that this hat is gonna be on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Normally I had this, normally I'm repping this. Everybody know what's up with that. But it's game day. It's game day. In my contract, I gotta wear this hat on Saturdays in the fall. This is my fall hat. Let me know when here I play Skyline. My nephew guys, okay. They play them in a couple weeks. I'll let you know right now. But yes, welcome to Here's the Thing. Hopefully y'all notice that it changed. You see the banner. It changed. It's Here's the Thing now. Y'all ain't noticed. Everybody say I talk like my daddy, Gail. The Kimi and Rose Show. The Kimi and Rose Show. Let's see. They play Skyline October 8th. They play Skyline October 8th. So, but yeah, you know, I wanted to get on here a little bit and talk about sheeps and shepherds. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I'm not gonna tarry on the moment. I'm not gonna belabor the time. I know all them words. Yeah, I know all them words. Everybody don't think I know them words, but I know all them words. I just choose not to use them. I let other content creators use those words. See, I don't walk around here telling people what they can use and what they can call their podcast and everything like that. I just let people do them. You can call your podcast the Dog Shit Show for all I care, and it would probably be appropriately named. But you know, I don't tell nobody to do nothing. I ain't never done nothing to nobody. Y'all remember when he did that on Saturday Night Live? I ain't never did nothing to nobody. I ain't got no weapon. They say I was gonna be a preacher. After all I went through, I had to kind of journey. They said I was gonna be a preacher. I couldn't be no preacher. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'd be wrong out here. I'd be wrong. I'd be wrong. Cause see, the one thing I do know how to do, not that I have a lot of it, but I do know how to make money. I've had more before than I have now. So I know what it's like to, you know, feel good about yourself and shit financially. But, you know, I also know what it's like to struggle and shit, you know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to motherfucking go in and think you're going to make you a sandwich and have one piece of bread. Hey, where's the knife? Looks like we're cutting a slice. You know? See, I mean, I grew up with means, you know. I grew up with a 2-parented household. It was my mother and her boyfriend, my stepfather. Y'all know I hate using that term. You know, we were stable. They both worked. Both were gainfully employed. You know, we ate steak on Sunday. I try to tell motherfuckers, I grew up in subsidized housing, but I ate steak on Sunday and shit. Okay. We were broke, but we weren't impoverished. You know what I'm saying? My mother did very well for herself with what she did with the resources she had. Shit. My mother was indeed a shepherd, even though she might have looked like a sheep, she was a shepherd. You know, but she chose to raise her family. Brother Tony. It's good with you. Peace from Warner Robbins. You and your spoiled. What you talking about? I wasn't spoiled, Kimi. I just got everything I wanted. I wasn't spoiled. So, you know, being a shepherd is way, 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 way different than being a sheep. But you ain't no better if you a shepherd. You ain't no better just because you a shepherd and there's sheep. Because there's many a shepherd. There might not be as many shepherds as there are sheep, but that makes a damn. Because as a shepherd, you can be a good shepherd or you can be a bad shepherd. You know, I heard a motherfucker say something, I had to correct his ass, and I'm going to get into talking about what I need to talk about the shepherds and the sheeps. A motherfucker said, now, see, I didn't stay long, but I did stop by the motherfucking school. I stopped by. I came for recess and lunch. Occasionally gym. I like art class. But mostly I was there for English. Yes, I loved English. I love the words. I don't particularly love the English language because it's very confusing if you really think about it. But I love words. And I know words. I know vocabulary. I understand when a motherfucker says something to me when it's wrong. Sometimes when I say a word and I be like, "Ooh, that's not right." I know what the right word is. I just don't say it right then. I end up figuring it out. Or if I don't know what the word is and somebody says it to me, I know that that's the word. I'm at least that educated, right? Anybody else pop on in here? That's right. It's your mama's twin. That's my mama's twin. Gail is my mama's twin. They look just alike. I wonder if that's ever made like other people in the family jealous. Because Gail, Dana, and my mom look just alike. They all have to say these same like features and shit. You ain't staying? You ain't staying for the sermon, Gail? That's all right. Come back for the playback. It'll be well worth the comeback. She got to do something. I know she's going to be watching the game, though. She's going to be watching. Don't call Gail when a Michigan football game is on. I'm probably going to call her today just to bother her during the game. Just to mess with her. Be a player or something. I might just have to call her right in the middle of the game. So, about the words. I had to correct the motherfucker, and he really got upset. He really got upset because I made him look it up. I made him look it up. Because, see, I'm tired of talking to these gray-ass motherfuckers that think they smart. And they look me right in my face like, they so smart. They got education. This motherfucker has a degree. He has a degree. But see, now, he's not only got a degree, he's got a certificate of completion of going through my bullshit. And when I put him back on his heels, I could have pushed him over with a feather. But I left him alone and I just walked away. I just walked away looking at him like, you clown ass nigga. You made me do this. You made me do this. You made me embarrass you. I got to tell y'all what I did. I did some embarrassing shit. And I didn't even try to embarrass him. He had already embarrassed himself by making the statement, but I had to correct that statement. See, I'm all about correcting and rehabilitating. Has nothing to do with imprisonment, but I'm all about correcting and rehabilitating. If I can't correct you and rehabilitate you, we ain't gonna fix shit together. So, the motherfucker said, just a bunch of cows out here. Just a whole bunch of fucking cows walking around out here. I've heard that term before. He's about 30 years late. I used to hear that term in my early 20s. Cows. There were cows and there were sharks. I heard all those analogies. All those colloquialisms for people out here, right? For shepherd and sheep. This motherfucker said, all these cows out here. I ain't no cow. I'm a shepherd. So I was good with that. I was good that he said he was a shepherd. I'm a shepherd. I say I'm a shepherd. So I'm good with that. And I'm going to show you the distinguishing factors between sheep and shepherds in a moment. I'm going to get to it. I know y'all going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get to the point. I just got told that I was not on subject a couple days ago when it was all about what we were talking about. We were talking about cannabis. And they were like, you're off topic. And I'm like, what are we talking about cannabis? But sometimes people don't really always understand the way pods go. Pods are about people's lives. Pods are about what's happened in a person's life. It's not just a conformed radio show that you hear on terrestrial radio, up and down your dial. When you're listening to up and down your dial, everybody fucking sounds alike. I used to sound like that. I was up and down your dial. I was on 98.7. I was on 99.5. I was on 104.3. I was on 105.1. I never could get on any black stations. They said I wasn't black enough. I didn't talk urban enough. I don't know. I didn't get it. They say you don't talk black enough. So I never got it on an urban station. Closest I ever got was 105.1 when it turned into the groove. So they played old school shit. It was kind of more of a more upbeat mix. It didn't last because they wanted white DJs playing black music, talking about black life to old black people. Yeah, that's gonna work. Anyways, so I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling at y'all? I'm just louder than the music. I just need to be louder than the music, obviously. So he said, I'm a shepherd. I'm like, all right, I got you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with being a shepherd. He said, all these cows, I'm a shepherd of the cows. Does anybody know what's wrong with that? Don't even think about looking it up because you got to say it fast. Can you be a shepherd of cows? So we got 17 minutes in. We got 15 viewers. So we're doing that minute per viewer thing. We're a little less, though. We need to kick up the views a bit. Kick up the views. And if you like the video, like the video. I need a thumbs up on this motherfucker. I need a thumbs up on the video if you do like the video. We've got to create that digital thumbprint. I used to say digital footprint all the time, but I stopped saying digital footprint because some of y'all got dirty feet. And I can't deal with no dirty ass feet. I need a pedicure. My feet ain't dirty, but I need a pedicure. So anyways, ain't nobody gonna tackle that question? Or ain't nobody really listening? Motherfuckers just say they in here, but they ain't really listening. So I wasn't on yesterday, Missy B, and I think I might have only been on maybe once on Thursday. Yeah, I've been a little light. And I appreciate that. I miss being here. I miss you. I miss being here. So when he said, how's the youngin'? How's brother man? Y'all taking care of that grandbaby still? We get to see our grandbaby today. We do. Her little terroristic ass. So he said, I'm a shepherd. I'm a shepherd of these cows. Kimmy, you know everybody's feet ain't right. I was like, that's an incorrect statement, brother. And he didn't like that. He didn't like that. So I said, bro, it's an incorrect statement, even though I know what you mean. And you probably are what you actually mean. You just made an incorrect statement. So I'm not saying what you're saying is incorrect, like it's wrong, like it's not a true statement. I'm just saying it's an incorrect statement. What you talking about? It's like, all right, I want you to look up what being a shepherd of cows is. And that's what I told him to do. Now we stand in a store, so we on LTE, and I'm taking a chance because he really might not have real service. His shit only might function in Wi-Fi. I deal with a lots of that. A lots of it. Motherfuckers be literally only functional when they in Wi-Fi. Phone don't work outside of Wi-Fi. You be in the streets, you be wondering why motherfuckers don't be on their phones and shit like they be on their phones when they be inside. because they ain't got no Wi-Fi out in the streets. These motherfuckers be in the streets and they phones be dry. 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 They shit be dry. Because there ain't no Wi-Fi around. Okay? So I took a chance. I took a chance. Well, thankfully, this brother had some service. And he started, because he started pressing buttons, he knew he was good. You know, he knew he was good. So it don't matter what kind of phone service you got. No phone service is better than another. As long as you able to connect outside of four walls that have a modem connected to it, you got service. I don't give a fuck who you're playing this to. So he in Google. He said, all right, I'm gonna Google it. What'd you say I gotta put in? I said, put in, what does it mean to be a shepherd of cows? I kind of lengthened it up a little bit. I want to make sure he got it. And when he did this, he just sat there and looked. Now, I got a couple things going because I can't rush him because he conformed to do what I ask. So I'm not going to rush him because I got a couple things I got to deal with. Could I be dealing with an R. Kelly? He might not be able to read. He might just be able to spit shit out. You know, R. Kelly spit a lot of shit out all them years and could not read or write. Think about that. R. Kelly wrote some of the greatest songs in music history and can't read or write. So I could have been dealing with something like that. So I gave him some time. I let him go through his thing. I gave him some time. Appreciate anybody up in here. After a second, a few seconds, I said, what'd you see? He says here, a shepherd of cows is a coward. So I got one of these. I got one of these. He kind of smart, but he kind of dumb. So this gonna take a little bit more time than I thought. Crazy thing was, so this is Stadium Speedway. You'll catch you a loud talker up there because you kind of be between campus, the west side. You on the strip, you don't know, Could be like some transient game. I don't know where the brother's from, didn't even care. Because we're really not fucking with people like that. The only reason I caught him is because I actually used the bathroom when I was coming out of the bathroom at the Speedway. If I had came in to get stuff and been in line, I probably would have never. He was talking and spoke to me, because he wanted to be spoken to. Those are the people that love to be spoken to. They speak to you because they want you to speak back. I wasn't planning to really speak to him. I might have nodded. I might have gave him the head nod. What up? But I wasn't planning to stop and have a conversation. I wasn't looking to break bread with a motherfucker. It was in Speedway. I just used the bathroom. I'm about to come out. I needed a water because I had a single, but I didn't have a water. So I was going to get them cheap waters, them 2 for 2s. And then he started talking to me. So we done got through the whole progression of the conversation. And I asked him what he saw. And he said, it says here, shepherd of cows is a coward. Now, when you look at the word, it says it's coward. It's like shepherd, but it's coward. He's looking at that word as if, because he sounded it out, coward. Most people think of coward, they think of someone who is afraid, who has fear. A coward, C-O-W-A-R-D. C-O-W, cow, A-R-D. But it's C-O-W-H-E-R-D. So this is where the discrepancy came in. I had already corrected one problem. Now I've got to correct two. All I want to do is get 2 waters for $2. I've released my bladder. Now I'm trying to refill it. And I can't even do that because now I'm in fucking English class in Speedway on West Stadium. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers be wondering why I don't be on as much and shit. I'm thinking about getting me a camera, just put it on my head and just walk around and just turn. I'm like, okay, this looks like a situation I'm about to get into. Here, I'm gonna turn it on. Bam. And just start talking to motherfuckers. Because if this is what I'm gonna encounter, my content is not right here. My content is out in the streets. I get most of what I talk about from the street. And this right here, let me know, as a man who considered himself a shepherd, who may lead some cows, may lead some sheep. He has no idea how to spell these words, what the true meaning of them are, but he kind of knows. And that's a problem because he knows enough to lead some, but he doesn't know enough to lead the masses. He didn't know that a shepherd of cows was a coward. He thinks it's a coward because he said, what's being a coward got to do with being a shepherd? He didn't understand the exchange from shepherd, from shepherd to leading cows to cowherd. But he knew what coward meant. And that's what he felt like he was sounding out. And then replacing that word in the dictionary, albeit Google. I don't know exactly if he was on, what? Webster's, Merriam, I don't know, dictionary.com. I don't know exactly where he got his definition from right then. And it didn't matter. It wasn't a help. Because we weren't in like words that look like but sound like. We weren't in that part. He was just supposed to be looking up what a shepherd of cows was, and he saw that, and it blew his fucking mind. Yeah, blew his mind. So, I mean, we've captivated 4 or 5 customers. That's a small speedway, so not a lot of people go to the convenience store part because there's 2 people in each lane fill that whole store up. The easiest access is like coming out of the bathroom and then leaving. You get caught up in the aisles, you could be there for hours. Hours. Explaining the difference between shepherds and cowards. I said, see, so you understand why I said that was an incorrect statement, right? You know, because you're not a shepherd. If you are a shepherd of cows, you are a cowherd. You see why that was an incorrect statement? Even though what you were saying was correct. You may be a leader. And if you choose to call them cows, you are not a shepherd of cows. You are a cowherd. You are a cowherder. I thought we were done. I thought we were done when I explained that. Is my signal been good? I mean, you know, for the people that are here, I know we're all in the States. I don't believe I have anybody internationally known this morning. Where's my international folks? Oh, would it be nighttime? No, I guess they could be like the next day, early something. I'll be getting them in the morning. Him not recognizing when I explained it the way I explained it was unnerving. Was unnerving. Because I knew he was smart and I knew he had the capabilities of doing something in whatever flock of individuals that he leads. I'm not going to call them cows. I don't know who they are. It's inconsequential. He didn't know the difference between shepherd and coward. Not that a lot of people know, because a lot of people don't delve into that part of their vocabulary, so I get it. But when you say you are something and you are something else and you don't know the pronunciation, spelling, and the true meaning of it, because once I learned that he didn't know the true meaning of it, I forgot all about the water. So, I chose to look up sheep, shepherd. You know, I get all into words and shit. Once I get into words, I appreciate y'all on the look for the signal. Thank you for letting me know it's good. He's leading someone. He might not be a good leader though, Free. He's leading something. He's leading someone. The fact that he's calling them cows in 2021, I mean, we said things like that ignorantly years and years ago. We said things like that. We don't use that. We don't use that verbiage now. That verbiage was almost cavemen back then. Things have advanced since those days. All right. So I looked up sheep. And we know what sheep is, but I'm not looking for sheep for the fucking animals. I'm looking at sheep, you know, based on the persona, whatnot, right? Crazy shit. So a person who is too easily influenced or led. I don't like that particular definition in the dictionary. This comes from the Oxford Dictionary. The party members had become sheep, and she refused to be taken in. So they made it political and shit. I don't particularly like that. So it says most people use it and don't be a sheep. And this meaning, being a sheep means someone who mindlessly follows trends or follows something everyone likes, even if it's not a good decision. So could sheep be loyal by being ignorant? Because sheep can be loyal just out of ignorance, or sheep could be just loyal motherfuckers. They don't necessarily have to be ignorant. They could be just loyal people and just like to go along. What's Brother Kwame say? Brothers, you know, go along to get along. That could be sheep. That could be considered sheep. But there could be some go along to get along motherfuckers who do really well for themselves. And I don't believe all go along to get along motherfuckers have to be greasy with other motherfuckers. So that's somewhere where I disagree with Kwame. Not that Kwame really gives a shit. You know, Kwame's got like 400,000 subscribers. I got like 400. So it's not like Kwame cares, right? But most of the motherfuckers he talks about that are going along to get along, they're greasy with other people. But I don't believe everybody that's going along to get along has to be greasy. I just believe they just go with the flow. But when you become a shepherd, much like this brother said he was a shepherd. He said he was a shepherd. Okay. So my thing is this. It's not what your country can do for you, it's what you can do for your country. So I did that with him being a shepherd. It's not what your cows can do for you, it's what you can do for your cows, shepherd. I'm going to use his term. It's coward. I know this. You know this now. If you didn't know this before, you know it now. But I called him shepherd because he said he was shepherd. I'm not going to give him the coward status. He might not want the coward status. He might want the shepherd status because he thinks that coward is coward and we're all fucked up. I ain't even got down that road yet. I got to break this down to him first. Then we can get to the spelling of coward and coward. It's fucked up that I got to do it like this, but I got to break it down. Sometimes I got to break it down. I'm about to break it down. The duty of a shepherd is to keep the flock intact. That's the duty of the shepherd, to keep the flock intact. Not control the flock, not be the flock's oppressor, aggressor, supervisor, manager, crew leader. The duty of a shepherd is to keep the flock intact. That's just to keep everybody together. That's just to keep everybody together. That's the duty of a shepherd. Protect them from predators. This is the duty of a shepherd. So a shepherd can't be a predator if he's going to protect the sheep from predators, or in this case, cows. If you're going to protect your cows from predators, you cannot be a predator of cows. Guide it into market, guide the sheep into market in areas and time for shearing. In ancient times, shepherds were commonly known to milk their sheep and made cheese from this milk. Now, it says in ancient times, they were known to milk their sheep. And what are you doing if you're milking the sheep? You are caring for the sheep. The sheep is providing milk so you can make cheese that can be sold, traded, whatever the term was back then, you know, for your goods and services. This was the most startling thing, even though I knew it to be true. It says few shepherds still do this today. So there's not a lot of shepherds out here milking sheep, making cheese today. I would have thought there would still, there's a lot of sheep out here. Sheep don't get milked. Shepherds don't milk sheep. Or do they just have the machines and they don't call those, because those machines now are the shepherds. The machines that make the cheese, and the cheese is not made by hand, you know. Cheese is made by machines. Those machines are the shepherds. Those machines are ran by computers. Those computers need computer programmers. And if you don't have the computer brain going into the future, you'll have no choice but to be a sheep. You'll never be a shepherd. I know y'all didn't think I was going down that road with the whole computer thing, dealing with sheep and shepherd, but all this shit counts. All sheeps matter. All shepherds matter. Can sheep, since we're talking sheep and shepherds and cowards, hey, we're here, man, so we're gonna stay here for about another 10 minutes. Do you think that sheep can live without shepherds? It said there's only a few shepherds to this day that still provide the realness, not machines, real shepherds, really milking, making cheese. There's only a few of them left today. So my next question is, can sheep live without shepherds? What? Here's the thing. If it took you longer than 3 seconds to answer that question to yourself, because nobody put it in the chat. My chat ain't real active this morning. Y'all just waking up just like I am. Well, I just actually ain't been waking. I've been up. When did I get up? 4, fell out about 2:33. 4, about 5:15. I'm up here catching up on other content. Ain't producing my own. Scoping out other content. Got to watch the news. So, 29 of y'all in here on the Half Space. I know we're at YouTube, Facebook, all that shit. Can sheep live without shepherds? Sheep cannot live without the shepherd. Now it says the shepherd, as if there's only one. I know there's more than one shepherd. They are entirely dependent on the shepherd for everything. They require constant care and watching over. See? They require constant care and watching over. That ain't said nothing about control. I can constantly care about a motherfucker and watch over them and never talk to them. Or I can talk to a motherfucker every day, care about them, watch over them, know all their moves. Doesn't make me any more or less of a shepherd. As long as I'm in play. They require constant care and watching over. Constant care. Constant care. It means you got to care for somebody all the time. You might not be there all the time, but it doesn't mean you don't care for them all the time. You might not be able to see them physically, but it doesn't mean you're not watching over them. Hope y'all catching this. I hope y'all catching this. If you're not catching it, you better go watch playback. Because here's the thing. So leaving them unattended can put them at risk. If I leave unattended individuals, I'm not calling who I deal with cows, sheep. Individuals, if I leave individuals unattended, I am putting them at risk. That's a crazy ass thought, seeing that I was told that I put my daughter at risk by being in attendance. How can I be in attendance and be risky? And then if I leave unattended, it's risky. What are you saying? You don't care about my kid? And my kid's just out here? Just telling you. Who's caring for my kid if I'm not in attendance, if I'm the risk? Now I'm unattended. Who's keeping my kid from being at risk? You don't even care about that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And greatly endanger their lives. Doesn't mean they're gonna die. Just could put their life in danger. In danger. To endanger something, I mean, it's bad shit's about to happen. if I'm not in attendance, if I am not constantly caring and watching over. That's what a shepherd does. Constantly cares, watches over, and never leaves the situation unattended. And if they happen to have cows, then they are a cow herd. And they do the same thing. Now, if they have fear of all of this, then they are a coward. A coward. C-O-W-A-R-D. You're scared. C-O-W-H-E-R-D. You are protecting things. You're brave. My grandson, this little motherfucker's 5, right? I don't call him motherfucker to his face. My grandson, so I had to ask him a question, and I said, do you know what brave means? And he said, yes. And I figured he was just going to say, you know, it means you're not scared of something. I said, what does brave mean? Oh, you better stop copy and pasting. You better back out the screen. You better back out the stream and see what that Haps TV handle is now. You must have copied and pasted. You better go check it out. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, when you have the ability or abilities to correct someone, and you're not correcting them so they are subservient to you, you are correcting them because you are in a space of knowledge and they are in a space of ignorance. And you correcting them I did it all on the fly, Free. I did it all on the fly. When I told your ass to log in, I had just did it. Just did it. I thought it would come across the stream, but maybe it doesn't. I thought it, you know, I'll be watching the playbacks, but I'll be watching it through Haps, and it doesn't come across actively the way it does through Haps. So, yeah. If you are in that space of knowledge and you can help someone, then you should try to help them. See that bullshit with Joel right now. And I know it's a tough thing for us to look at, you know, a young, promising politician and whatnot. But that's why I say we got to protect Jewel Jones, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to erase any good he has brought to this space. And he has been quite an inspiration to young kids, young black kids especially, that, hey, you ain't got to be old and gray to be in politics. You can be a young man. You can be a young black man. The issues that he's going through right now, I think some of them probably could have been avoided. There's some things that are just going to happen because people are just going to bump their head just because they bumped their head. We've all bumped our heads. But this is the time that we protect this brother and not condemn him. I told you I didn't like that Arabic attorney. They have now split ways. I told you. I read his ass. They have split ways. Him and the Arabic attorney, they are no longer in cahoots. Yep. A meeting of the minds didn't meet. He gone. Told you. There's something wrong there. He wasn't ready for us. He couldn't really help Jewel. He was occupying space. He was occupying a space he wasn't qualified for. Because here's the thing. Anybody can get us a plea deal. Anybody can do that. Jewel might still have to take a plea deal. He might have to plead to something. But his political career is in the balance now. That didn't took away all his house assignments and shit. They really trying to make him out to be some miscreant. I mean, the jailhouse key taped to his foot. Come on, man. Jesus. I can't in any way agree with Jewel on that. Motherfucker, you had a key taped to your foot. That's purposeful. That's greasy as fuck. That's greasy as fuck. What were you trying to escape? I mean, they said it was a handcuff key. So once they got the handcuffs on him, they were going to be in a space that he was going to be freed. Because you don't have the handcuffs on you when you're just walking around the jailhouse. So somewhere he was going to be freed enough to where they would have to lock him down. He was going to have a key, and he was planning to break out. What kind of movies is he watching? This boy done watched too many movies. You don't watch too many movies. He need to come back, man. Being all up on them podcasts, drinking that brown liquor with the Cartier glasses on. Come on back, man. Come on back. I noticed, he's starting to put a little bit more activator in his shit. His hair shining. He's got his Cartiers on. He's got his brown liquor, and he's just, He done went from, hi, I'm Jewel Jones to Jewel Jeezy. He done went from Jewel Jones to Jewel Jeezy. Yeah, buddy. Now Jewel Jeezy sits in a jail CZ. Fuck out of here. All right, I'm at an hour. Straight up. I mean, he was sent here to serve the people as a political figure. Now he is literally a fucking clown. They about to make some goddamn TV One specials out of his ass. Handcuff key taped to your foot, nigga. Really? That's where we at? All right. Fuck it. Horrible. Horrible. So he's going to go through these situations. I believe they're going to try to pull his political status away from him. I mean, he could have went through the whole drunk driving thing and stayed in, and the other guy stayed in. He's paid his thing. He, gave salary up, did 15 days in jail. He could have did all the whatever. But now it's so much more. The stop, the wrestling with the cops, You start with just the charges, then all the shit with the cops, then, I pay you guys, then, I'm going to have to call Gretchen. Oh, she already called? Oh, shit. Then, the camp thing, then the tether thing, and now the jailhouse handcuff key. Cass, did the signal go out? Oh, shit. It sounds like I can hear myself. So I just don't get it. And I see so many old motherfuckers like backing away from him, like, that's what the young motherfucker get. He should have been out here high him. No, this is not the time to do that. It's not the time to do that. He ain't no rapper. He ain't no fucking rapper and shit. This is a political figure. This is somebody who's in the wheel, who's actually inside the wheel. Young. Not 50, 60 years old. Not a Wayne County deputy that just wants to be in politics. Seems like every Wayne County deputy want to be in some type of political position or something. I don't see a lot of Washington County deputies doing that. Nobody's got the comeuppance as the most now legendary former turnkey in Washington County Sheriff's Department history, Sheriff Jerry Clayton. on his fourth and final term. He said he wanted to finish what he started. I really don't know what Jerry started, other than some shit. Information man, what's good with you, brother? I'm about to check your piece out on Polite. Boy, you talking about a clown ass nigga. Polite is a clown. But that Zoom interview humbled his ass up. He had that wide ass brim hat on, them crazy looking ass glasses. He was in that motherfucker as Michael Nowak. I wish you would have said, they're like, what's your name? I wish you would have said Brother Polite. They're like, take that nigga into custody right now. Boy, they don't want to hear shit from Brother Polite. Because see, Brother Polite is how we got here. We didn't get here from Michael Nowak. We got here because of Brother Polite. So people don't realize Michael Nowak ain't got shit to do with this except a court case. All this is Brother Polite's doing. All this is Brother Polite's doing. Michael Nowak is just going to be the one convicted and sentenced. Yeah. Appreciate the award, brother. Yeah, he's humbled now. He's humbled now. We done seen him up in the square. We done seen him up in the square. State your name. Oh, Michael Nowak. Yeah. Where you at now? Polite. Polite. He needs to fucking burn. Burn slow. 14 years old, Polite? Yeah. We need to have him burning slow on a skewer. Drop those coals down. Drop those coals down. We want to let him go slow. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting few months. But I appreciate y'all. The whole thing about shepherding sheep, it came to me because I'm constantly always dealing with being different. And I'm not trying to be different. I've never tried to be different. I've just come to the realization that I'm fucking different. Being different comes challenges. I had actually screenshot a picture. I'm going to go Vicky Dillard on y'all. See that black sheep in the midst of those white sheep? That black motherfucker in the middle. All them white motherfuckers. Some people like that shit. Some people like being the only Negro around. You know. Some people like being like the first Negro. Like, I was first to do this. I was first to do that. I'm the first to do some shit, but, you know, I talk about when it's relevant. When it's not relevant, I don't talk about it. I don't need to talk about fucking stats. I am a stat, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I am a motherfucking stat. I don't need to talk about motherfucking stats. Created stats, bitch. So, and we ran out. That shit's like an hour. So a little bit more than an hour. Bet. Who y'all watching down there in college football? Out there. I'm just watching Michigan today. After the Michigan game, I don't watch nobody else. I don't even be concerned with the shit. I might catch a glimpse of this, that, and some other Big Ten shit or other shit's gonna, but I don't go out of my way to be watching football no more and shit. It's got too much shit to do, man. Every time I sit around and watch TV like that. Like that. But yeah, man. Appreciate everybody up in the half space, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I keep saying I'm gonna get on Twitter more, but I be just don't do it. I don't know. I don't know. I need to get on there though. Oh, he made another one. He made another one. I'm gonna go check that one out too. That one's the slow jam R&B instrumental. Huh. Okay. I'm about to check that out. Let me get that in. Get that into the library. Into the library. They couldn't get that little motherfucker to say library for shit. Where'd you get that, Michael? In the library. Man, y'all be good. Shit. It's 2023. I don't know. I'll probably get back on here at some point. Might do something during the game if I feel like it. I don't. No, wait. Spend some time with the cut. I don't want to be getting on Twitter because last time I got on Twitter, like, heavy for a couple of days, Roland Martin and his people start chasing me around. I don't need Rolly and the Roly Polies chasing me around and shit. Yeah. I don't need that hassle. Sheep and shepherds. You're all eating the same grass. One love.